Well, folks, last episode was an absolute cracker where we explored amazing caves in the Yorkshire Dales and finished off the episode with an amazing chicken casserole. How about that?
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, Wales does not disappoint. Every nook and cranny you turn, there's always something to see or do here. Now, we spent the afternoon fishing. Did we catch anything? Well, they wouldn't call it fishing for nothing, would they? But more importantly, we were at a place called the Three Bridges, or the Devil's Bridge. Now, legend has it that an old lady outwitted Satan himself with a loaf of bread. Now, I encourage you to come and have a look at this place to actually take in the sheer magnitude and the force of the water and just the beauty of this nature here is absolutely stunning. Now, you can imagine we've not had a lot of rainfall, and through high amount of rainfall, you can probably imagine the amount of water rushing through this gorge and the amount of mist that actually rises up into the air. So I encourage you to come and have a look at the Three Bridges, or the Devil's Bridge. For now, we're just going to enjoy the scenery and then we're going to crack on.
Tell you what, folks, I'm in one of the caverns in a slate mine here in North Wales. You can obviously hear the echo, you can hopefully hear all the water droplets around me. There's a lot of different eerily quiet noises going on. If you do find yourself coming up here and exploring the area, definitely come and check out this mine. Be very careful when you come down here. Good walking shoes, get yourself water and some snacks. You're going to need it. There's some really nice places to see, but make sure you either tell someone where you're going or come with someone. Don't come by yourself. You can get yourself into a spot of bother in some of the places, so be very, very careful. So the area that I'm in right now is an old cavern where there's a crane right behind me. I'm going to get my torch out and I'll show you this crane here. Now, this crane was built in the 1970s. This was used to lift all the slate and rock from this lower pool here. You can see how crystal clear this water is, if you can see down in there. You can see how far and how deep that water goes down. It's eerily quiet, beautiful and clean. Obviously, a lot of the stuff has been over the years has been dropped down in there. But be sure to come and check this place out. This place is really, really awesome. And like I said, some of the caverns and the tunnels you walk through, there's a lot of running water that's coming down from the ceiling, and if you're really quiet, turn off all your torches, it does kind of mess with your senses. In the upper sections, there are quite a tall section of ladders, and that really tests your mettle as a person going down there. You're in the darkness with obviously this ladder that's old, it's wet, it's rusty, which is really fun to do. It's quite exciting, but be sure to come and check this place out if you do find yourself here in North Wales.
Tell you what, if you really want to test your senses, that was tough. That really pushed me.
I think what this one does, this one goes underneath and we come out the other side. You can go back up again.
Right.
You know when we came down, right at the top there? And then we saw the shaft. I think this goes down and you can go back up. I've got a sneaky suspicion it does that. I don't see any light though. Oh wow. Whoa. It's another chamber. It's flooded. Just be careful. That. Yeah? Oh yeah.
As you walk into those things. Steeper around the fast. The water is so calm.
Isn't it? So loud. So chamber we can. Watch your feet. There's those. Be careful. I tripped over them.
I've seen a little light down that side, you know?
Where?
Down that one there, right in the very back, see a tiny bit of light. Must be an opening.
Oh yeah.
See it?
Yes.
There's an opening there somewhere.
100%. 100%.
Definitely. Charlie, get that trolley back. There's a trolley there. Yeah, I'll wheelie down here.
Oh, there's the other side of it.
Oh yeah.
It's the other side there.
It's quite big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whew. Can't believe I found this there, it's amazing.
Oh, it's cool, right?
Well, that's a good find there.
Yeah.
It was a good find.
Courtesy of Tin Cornell Hotel. Appreciate you guys letting us borrow the canoe. I mean, check this view, guys. Absolutely amazing. This tiny little hotel, just tucked right on the water's edge. And this is a privately owned lake in this valley that we're in today. We will put a reference on the map, show you where it is. But absolutely stunning here. And there are canoes that you can use, and there is a steamboat which makes its way around the lake. We'll get some shots of that in a second. Quite cool. But the views are just fantastic. The lake's not very deep. You can actually see the bottom from the canoe here. So we will be taking a dip in due course. And there's the old goat having a rest on the foot of the mountain. Row! Row! Come on, man, put your back into it. just punched south from Devil's Bridge. Now that was a great experience. Now we've come to one of the most iconic tracks in the UK, known as Strata, Florida. Now if you've not heard about it, you have now. I suggest you do some research, and for most four-wheel drivers this is definitely a bucket list item, especially here in the UK. Wales has an absolute amazing variety of terrain and four-wheel drive tracks and scenery, and this is just one of those. This is just absolutely fantastic. You cross the same river 7 times as you go through this trail. You have a variety of rocks, mud, water crossings, everything is thrown at you. You can really test your vehicle and your drive line here, test your wits, get your driver training in. This is a really good track to test not only yourself but your vehicle as well. What we're next to right now is a bothy, which is a Welsh building, there's quite a few of them all across Wales. Now they've built these buildings for travelers, hikers, mountain bikers, anybody who's passing through, who's caught either in a storm or needs a place to rest, is a bothy. It's a nice little house that you can basically start a fire, you can sleep, and you can get some rest. So we're going to show you that right now. But if you haven't seen Strata, Florida, get your butt down here, enjoy this track, you'll love it. Well folks, this is the bothy. If you have a look, it's a normal building. And this is somewhere you can come and escape the elements inside. Come inside. You've actually got a fireplace here. It's not really used that much, this one in particular, because the chimney is obviously out of action. You've got a whole range of cutting tools here. You've got loads of saws, snips. So if you need to go and get some firewood, you can do that. You've got things to clean up. You've got a Christmas tree if you're going to spend Christmas here. You've got a shovel. You've got a really nice sort of communal area here. You've got obviously chopped wood. So anybody who passes through here, the etiquette is you leave the place in better condition than what you found it. So normally travelers will leave, particular items like leftover wood for the next person to enjoy, and they just pass on that thing. You've got an axe here to chop your wood, there's a chair, and then you've got a sleeping area. You've got a fire blanket here just in case you run into a little bit of trouble, and then you've got obviously just the simple rules of a bothy. Coming here, this is where you sleep. Obviously there's a few items here you need to take care of. Obviously where you're going to toilet, take your rubbish with you, the bothy code, which is quite important. And this is really nice coming in here. It's actually quite cozy coming in here. You've got an area you can sleep in. You've got a nice furnace with loads of wood left behind by the previous travellers. You've got a broom. You've got loads of candles, another fire blanket, a couple of fire blankets. They've really left this place in really good condition, which is an absolute pleasure to see. Place to sit down and enjoy your food and enjoy the view. And then just look behind over here, we've got a variety of different utensils, just things people have left over the years, knives, fork and spoon, tongs, kettles, pans, and a couple of beers as well. How awesome is that? So we'll leave that for some really neatly travellers. We don't need that kind of stuff, so this is something for people to enjoy. And then you've got a visitor's book, so we're going to have a read through this and see. This is awesome. So beautiful drawings in here as well, which is quite awesome. So it's a very, very busy bothy. I think the last entry was here 28th. Some drawings, 2nd of September. That's a few days ago. 3rd, that was last week. 4th. And the 5th, so last week. Awesome. Fantastic. So we're going to put our entry in here, and it's always nice to, it's basically like a nice diary. You can just tell from where people have come from, where they travel all around the world, and they've come and stopped here and enjoyed this body for an evening, which is quite nice. So it's really nice little stories to read. But most importantly, look after this place. If you do come here to a body, always respect the body, respect everything that people have done, and then always leave it better than you found it. So leave something else, a little trinket for the next person to enjoy. So what an awesome place. A couple of nice treats. I ran back to the car and actually got a few things here for the next person to enjoy. Some peaches, a good staple part of the British diet, which is baked beans, and we've got a nice rice pudding there, so something for people to enjoy. You never know who might be coming on their travels and might be in a lot of need, so there's a couple of Cokes there as well. Get the sugar levels up. So hopefully people will enjoy that. But look after the place.
The River Thames. Now this is an interesting one because on our way home we saw on the map that the source of the Thames. So we pulled up, had a walk down the path, and here we are. This is supposedly the source of the River Thames. Now this is identified on OS maps as the particular source, and the reason being is because of the changing ground levels. Now the water actually comes from the limestone aquifers here in the Cotswolds, and it's quite interesting how the river changes its location due to the ground level water. At the moment this is obviously the lowest point. We had a heat wave back in 2022 and the actual water source changed location 5 miles downstream. So this is kind of dried up for now, but with some heavy rainfall, hopefully I can find some footage for you guys, this really comes to life and gushes out here and flows downstream. And this is one of those sources. If you can actually follow the footpath that follows this whole area. And it's quite interesting. You can go further north and you can find the headstone or the head of the Thames, and that's quite a nice place to start. And then you head, which is known as this one here, which is quite interesting. It looks like a well. It's got a lot of rocks in there, but you can just imagine with the sheer amount of water gushing out of here and then filling this whole river here and then flowing downstream towards the Thames. Now the Thames stretches for 215 miles, that's 350 kilometers long. It's the longest in England, but the second longest in the United Kingdom after the River Severn. So a very big river, very common river, especially in London. We all know it's the Thames, and now this is where it starts in the Cotswold. How interesting. So here's one that we've experienced along the trip from the Lake District, the Yorkshire Dales, Yorkshire Moors, and now in the Cotswold. So obviously we're the source of the Thames here, and we noticed this wall, and this is limestone. So in the Lake District, the Yorkshire Dales, the Moors, and Wales, it was all slate, but it all follows the same principles. You've got your base layer of larger rocks, and with a nice lintel that goes across that to strengthen this load point here. And then you have these beautiful layers of limestone in this particular wall that keeps this wall beautifully in level. And then you've got that topper across there. Obviously this is a later addition to this. But if you go in the Lake District, the Yorkshire Dales, you find the architecture slightly changes as you go through the counties and into Wales. It's quite interesting to see. The Lake District had probably the most beautiful buildings in terms of slate, very heavy slate everywhere. The walls were something to behold. You had walls literally stretching up and over mountaintops. So I do feel sorry for whoever built those walls, but quite an interesting part of the British culture here is these slate walls.
Well, folks, a huge thank you for all the support throughout this adventure series, and rest assured we will definitely see you in the next up and coming series.